Ah! Okay, this one isn't going. I'll leave that one. Hello, my lovelies. How's it going? So this year, the lovely ChantelleArts has organised a game of Secret Santa on an international scale. Lots of art creators from all around the world have taken part. We have each secretly made something for one other randomly assigned YouTuber. And I did actually receive my gift in the post several weeks ago. It has been sat on my shelf calling to me, but I have resisted so that we can open it together today. But we're just gonna have to wait a little bit longer because I'm gonna save that for the end of the video. So the question is, who was I randomly selected to create for? A drum roll, please. The lovely Suzie Neverland. Now, we did all fill out questionnaires to help us get to know who we were making for, but I've got to say, I was still at a loss. So instead, I just decided to go and binge watch Suzie's channel. And I'm really glad I did because I thoroughly enjoyed her videos. She's so playful and creative. She has a brilliant sense of humour. She's always setting herself fun arty challenges. So I really wanted to make her something fun and interactive. So at the start, I was bouncing some ideas off my husband, like maybe making a board game or some playing cards. And he actually suggested Christmas crackers. And I just thought that sounded perfect for Suzie. 6 crackers, each containing a handmade gift. And instead of that standard dad joke, I could put a festive art challenge or prompt in its place. So let's get cracking with cracker number 1. I really wanted to make something that Suzie could customise herself. So I made this paintable bear bauble out of air dry clay, and he turned out huge. There was no way he was going to fit in a Christmas cracker. Plus, I had a feeling that he'd probably just fall to bits. So I think I'll save him for a different video. Plan B was polymer clay in a more simple kawaii style. So this is me conditioning the clay in the most fun way, in my opinion. I made a round little head, gave him a Santa hat, glued on some little ears with liquid Sculpey, as well as a cute little snout, nose and eyes. The body was basically a tooth with arms. Then, to make him really festive, I made him a little Christmas pudding, accidentally smushed the berries of course, remade them. They did make me feel like a huge clumsy giant. Then I attached the head. Now normally I would use wire here, but since this is going through international post, I didn't want to make it look suspicious in the X-ray, like I tried to conceal things. So instead I mixed up some clay and liquid Sculpey into a ball to go in between his head and body, and it also doubled up as a cozy scarf. I baked him and primed him, all ready for Suzie to paint. For the next gift, I wanted to make her a dice with a different festive image on each side. So the idea is that you roll it 3 times and draw something inspired by what you get. Again, I baked it and primed it. Then it was time to add the colours. I filled in each side with acrylic marker. Then I transferred some festive drawings to each side, coloured everything with markers, then outlined it all with a fine black Posca. The penguin turned out so cute. Then I gave it all a coat of Sculpot glaze so that it kind of feels nice, rolling. For gift 3, I did see in one of Suzie's videos that she drew a hot air balloon. And because I know she loves dogs, I thought let's combine the two into Shrinky Dink earrings. I stuck the shrink plastic to my tablet and traced my designs straight on there with a fine black Posca. Coloured them in with festive colours, hole punched them, cut them out, and into the oven they went. There's always a moment where it goes a bit crazy. It looks like it's all gonna go wrong, but if you just leave it, it eventually flattens out like nothing happened. The colours did go a bit darker as they condensed. I did kind of forget to account for that, but I still think that they turned out super cute. For the 4th gift, I wanted to make Suzie 3 festive cookie pegs for hanging her artwork in her new art studio. I decided to use foam clay for this one because the way that it dries, it does kind of look like baked goods. And I did want them to look kind of realistic. I made a gingerbread house, a snowflake, and a mitten. Once dry, I coloured them a golden brown with markers, but they were looking kind of flat, so I sponged on some darker acrylic paint for that toasty, fresh from the oven effect. I added some Nordic style icing designs with a white Posca, each one featuring a heart at its centre. Then I primed some wooden pegs, which, as they dried of course, stuck to the blue roll. Why am I like this? So I sandpapered all of that off, sealed the pegs and the cookies with some matte Mod Podge, glued everything together with glaze. Probably not the best choice. I was slightly running out of time. Hopefully they've held. You'll have to let me know, Suzie. I should have used a glue gun or something. Next up, I wanted to put some stickers together, which Suzie could create her own snowy scene for. I chose a few of my most festive characters from the Draw Stuff Outside prompt book. I added some colour to them because they are just black and white outlines in the book. Marcella, Agnes, Dawn, Adeline and Beans. I got them printed online, cut them out and set them aside for the Christmas crackers. For the sixth and final gift, I wanted to make Suzie a really special keychain of her dog, Zoe, with bat wings just like she made for her in a Halloween video. First, I made all of the separate parts that I would need, and this is what I do love about polymer clay. You can do this and they don't dry out while they're all sat there. Then I attached a keychain hook. Her head fell off because no wire, but not to worry, I do always put collars on my pet keychains, which with some liquid Sculpey helps to keep everything in place. I made a tiny bone charm, sculpted some bat wings out of some triangles, smoothed it all off, baked it, then got to painting her black and silver with a bright pink collar because Suzie said that she loves bright colours, especially this shade of pink. I gave the keychain a few coats of Skull Pot and I think that she turned out really cute. I did kind of want to keep her, but she belongs with Suzie. Then it was time to put them in the crackers. I bought this DIY cracker kit off Amazon, taking away those dad jokes. I'll pop them on a screen for a second so you can pause it if you want to read them. Let me know which one is your favourite. I also removed all of the cracker snaps because I wasn't sure if you're allowed to ship those either, since they are technically tiny little explosives. Let's snap them now so they don't go to waste. Ah! They are explosive. Okay, this one isn't going. I'll leave that one. Okay, that made more of a mess than I was expecting. Then I used the same drawings as the dice, just as outlines like the cookie icing, rather than full colour since these are ultimately intended to go in the trash. But I still wanted them to look somewhat festive. But then when I tried to package these up, the cardboard was so rigid that I couldn't seem to roll it without denting it. Elle did mention later that I perhaps could have scored straight lines to make them kind of roll up hexagonally, but it was too late by that point. I had already made them look like they'd been sat on. I actually did accidentally sit on them at one point because I had put them on the sofa. Sorry about that, Suzie. For tying them together, I swapped the ribbon for some matching string, making sure to cut them to the exact same length. And of course, they turned out way too short. But I refused to cut new pieces and just struggled on tying 12 tiny bows. Then I noticed that the hats weren't even assembled. They were literally just strips of hat. Why would you make them that way? So I went back and secured them all with tape. It's safe to say that I wouldn't recommend this cracker kit. There's literally loads of amazing tutorials to just make your own. I should have just done that. Next, I needed to find a box to package all of these. And the Kawaii mystery box that I opened a few weeks back was the perfect fit. It did take a lot of coats to cover that text. I wrote a Merry Christmas message on some brown paper, stuck it on the lid, and packed up all the crackers with one extra secret mystery gift, and of course, a note from Secret Santa. Then off it went, all the way to Suzie in the Netherlands. So make sure to check out Suzie's video to see her reaction to it, and of course to find out who she created something for. Sorry to interrupt guys, but since filming this, I have introduced a new weekly segment. So let's not break the streak. I'm just gonna pop it here. Character of the week. Each week, I'll create a brand new character inspired by whatever I'm working on. And today's character is, well, there's actually two this week. Bonus character, introducing Pip and Daniel. Pip is a hot chocolate loving penguin who believes that anything can be a seat if it looks cosy. She does seem to lack compassion for her seat victims. Most of the time, this is Daniel the seal, as they do live in the same part of the Antarctic. This annoyed him at first, but he has grown quite used to it. But where does Pip get her hot chocolate from? In the middle of this icy land. Bellamina's, of course. Those coffee shops really are everywhere. But who is Bellamina? Well, I haven't actually drawn her yet. She still resides solely in my grey matter. But one day soon, she shall grace us with her two-dimensionally visible self. Okay, back to the video. So now it is finally time for me to open something. Now I do already know who this is from, because there was a return address on the outer packaging. It has travelled all the way from the other side of the world, and it is from the lovely Loz Antonino. but I still have absolutely no idea what she's made for me. So I'm going to put on my glasses so I can actually see what I'm doing. I tend not to wear them because you can't see my eyes. Okay, I've just turned the PC off. That's helped a little bit. Ooh. Okay, let's see what we got. There is a note. Oh, thank you, Loz. Which one should I open first? Oh, it says, wait, it says open here. Okay. Ooh, what is this? Oh, have I done that wrong? Oh, I'm sorry, Loz. I did that wrong. I'll take that back up, one sec. You have decorated the box and I've just destroyed your decorating. That's a good start. Okay, I understand now. It is a flap. Ooh, I can see rainbows. Oh my gosh, that is so cute. Oh, it's a kitty corn and it's got paint paws like Penelope. It's like a mix of kitty corn and Penelope. And it's got, how have you done the rainbow lollipop? And some little wings. That is gonna take pride of place on my shelf. And it is the perfect size as well because I've got quite small IKEA shelves that haven't got much depth, and that fits absolutely perfectly. I love her so much and I cannot wait to see your video to see how you put this together. And there was a little gift on the top as well. Oh, let me in. It's a little painting on an easel. I've always got my easel in the background. Well, I haven't today, but. And she said in the letter that this is also based on the Mona Lisa. This is absolutely adorable. And again, it is the perfect size to fit on my shelf. I absolutely love them. Thank you so much, Loz. Make sure to go and check out Loz's video too. She's always challenging herself with new mediums and techniques, and she's created so much gorgeous artwork. I'll also link a full playlist in the description so you can watch everyone's videos so far and enjoy the full Secret Santa experience. I want to say a huge thank you to ChantelleArts for organising all of this. Wishing you all a very Merry Christmas, and I shall see you next week. Bye!